It's fucking Tuesday. This guy lied.
Woo! That's a good one.
This is gonna... Motherfucker. Monday. I don't want to take all this stuff up. It's so much effort. Oh, how convenient. Wasn't that nice? No need to carry it all in. Today, I need to mess around with that bar that goes under here. Once that's cut, tack welded in place, then I should be able to go around and weld all of the frame together properly, so it's not just tacked anymore. And once we're done with that, cleaned up, painted, I should be able to start putting some tanks in, I think. Also, correction, it's not Monday, it's fucking Tuesday. This guy lied. He's a liar. Yesterday I didn't work. I had car issues, thermostat issues, no heating, messing me around. But never mind, here we are, Tuesday. So on this side I've got all my pieces I've got to cut. If I cut these, fit it and it works, I've got to grind these down, and obviously these ready for welding, and some bits at the back. One could say there was a little bit of tension in that steel. That is already very bendy. I've never really been sure of this idea, but... well, this is what this tester's for, so... realistically, I should have done it on the end. Never mind. Okay, that bends very, very easily. And it's also twisted that way. My mind's telling me no. I don't think this is a good idea. Alright. So, magically, it's been joined back together. And I don't know how that happened, but I think it's for the best. Well, we were ahead, now we're going backwards a little bit because I need to change the plan, change the idea, because that is not going to work and I am just not happy with it at all. So I'm going to put it in. I got to take this piece of wood out again. Right, we're all open, good to go. So I got to get that bar in, clamped on and see what happens. Just need a little bit of science and it all works out. So everything's clamped. We're basically dry fitted, as I would call it. So as I said, I'm going to weld down the sides, this side, like that. I can do it there, and on the other side. I'm going to take this piece here, small little angle, quite thick, and I'm literally just going to weld it onto the door frame. And now I have this piece to 25 centimeters long, and that's going to go underneath all of it onto the bulkhead in the middle. Like that, basically, welded to the bulkhead. And I think with that, plus the legs only being a meter away, there's 3 legs. I think it's going to be solid. I don't think I'm going to have any issues. But it is absolutely pouring outside. Holy shit. It's getting a bit dark in here now, but the bar is pretty much all grinded down. Everywhere's done. Huh, that's a little bit better. Alright, let's get it in and get welded and everything. Right, we're in place. Everything looks like it lines up. Basically gotta get under there and tack that fucker in. Alright, let's see what I can do. we are tack welded on, at least. Pretty much everywhere I could get one. A little bit behind there and there. Yeah, just tack welded everywhere I can get. Yeah, time to go back. That's the end of the day for me. It's like driving into the abyss. There's just fog. 0 degrees. And foggy as hell outside. Yeah, it's definitely foggy. Ooh. It's definitely cold too. Fucking hell. Kind of a creepy vibe, kind of cool though. Alrighty. So, first thing today is gonna be welding. A lot of welding actually. So I need to weld, well first I need to Y wheel, just clean up any of the joints. They're all pretty much clean, but I'd rather just give them a quick scrub. And so every little joint that I've been doing, all of these, all the metal work basically that's tacked in needs to be fully welded in. Alright, let's set the welder up, Y wheel everything, and weld everything. Oh, that frame's cold today. Ooh. Oh yeah. I'm also thinking ideally you need to heat the metal, especially when it's this fucking cold. I mean that's painted metal as well, and that's yeah cold. Shush. Got all my bits, PPE, a brush to clean up afterwards, and a butane torch. Apparently very recommended welding in the cold. When you touch, hot metal to cold, basically, you're gonna end up with condensation. Condensation is gonna get trapped in the voids and can make the metal porous because it turns into steam with all the heat. That's not good. And also if you heat it up, it slows down the cooling process. If it cools down too fast, you can get cracks. And you can also get deformation and twisting in the metal. So it's great to heat up. Stand a much better chance of avoiding those issues, basically. Yeah, you know what I said about not having much gas? You might just be able to see there's moisture on there now. And that's what happens when you get cold reaching hot. There we go, you see the moisture running away. So that supposedly is what I want. Alright, let's get that welded and see what happens. Alright, well, there we are, welded. Not bad the second time. I did go over the first time. Not the greatest. Wire speed was a little low. But I'm going to try heat up and see what I can do back here. Build this area. They're chunky welds, kind of. They're kind of suited, I guess. They kind of fit in nicely. Yeah, it takes time, but it's getting there. We're getting there well. I'm going to let that cool down. I'm going to push this back and then start welding all the rest of them.
That's a good one.
All right, it's pretty much dark outside, or getting there now. But I've welded everything. I had to push on a little bit towards the end, but we're done in time. Although I can't really paint everything today now, which is unfortunate, but I don't think it really delays me. Pack up, go home, enjoy life, come back tomorrow. Enjoy life again. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, it is Thursday. So, we got the welding done yesterday, which is a beautiful thing. Some quite nice welds, some very chunky welds, but that's all good. I think, first of all, I'm going to lay out the outriggers here. And on the other side as well, of course. And see what we've got, and then if I need to cut them down, which I probably will on some of them, then I can use the offcuts for whatever I'm going to make over here for this connection to that bulkhead to the frame. Alright, we have the outrigging pieces. And I think the plan basically is one of them as well. Boom, weld it on there and onto there. And it fits nicely towards the end. And then I need to space them out. So basically, I think one there, one here, one here, one there. And then I might put a small piece at the end of the bulkhead here, just to keep a little bit of support there. I need to leave just enough gap to get these pieces of ply out, because they need to go back to the unit and be sealed and painted or formica'd or something. The other side is a little less important on this half, because basically there's going to be nothing on there. It's going to be a little less. I don't actually know if I need to put any in there, now I think about it. Well, we'll see when we get to it. But I think I'll start with this side first. Alright, so we're laid out. One sitting here, it's really nice. These two I will probably cut back a little bit because I gotta get that ply out still. This is gonna... motherfucker. Okay, let's try again. So, we have all the outriggers in place. So 20 by 20 angle iron, probably 2 or 3 millimeters thick, and then I can put a strip from here over to here, over to there, over to there, and that will support the end of that ply from flapping. And the boss is happy with that. That was him who was calling. And that side, we're going to have no outriggers at all, because we just don't need them. They're going to be fully behind the navigation desk into all the kitchen area. I need to cut that off and then trim a little bit to fit around that weld on that side. So that should now fit and have an 8 centimeter gap between the wood and metal. Should go against that, like that. And go like that, like that. You can do weld down there, weld down there, weld at the top. That's easily enough strength for that. Let's do the rest of those. Just cut that one down. That one I don't even have to cut, I just have to clean, so it's not too bad. We'll begin welding these outriggers in. I don't know if these little pieces pick up on camera, but I think it's just the paint, but it's like, there's nothing here for it to be on. It's literally like floating. Alright, so we are all welded in. Good to go, I think, I hope. This one is solid as fuck. I know it doesn't look great, it looks a bit half-assed, but there is absolutely no problem with it, in my opinion. It's going to be absolutely solid, so no worries, but that means all 4 corners are fully attached, which is great. And obviously all the longitudinals are attached anyway. That one, well, basically just not that one, so solid. But anyway, I gotta get going, so be packing up and going home. Short day, nothing crazy, but a bit of progress. I'm just going to talk here and I'm going to point to things like this where I look like I'm actually talking about something, but really it's completely for the intro and I'm actually just talking about nothing. So this is really cool. So here we have the welder. What I'm going to do is probably throw that very aggressively against this post, you know, and then I'm going to take it from here over to here and I'm going to just take a hammer and just smash the thing into pieces. And that should be long enough. There you go.